On a totally tangential side note, I just want to show you guys something real quick. The post-processing, if you guys wanted to, and since, this is early on, I don't think you guys are going to watch, everyone's going to watch the making of stuff. If you want to really kind of give it like this more realistic filmic look, janking that contrast up, going into the vignetting, and pushing that vignetting pretty far, coming into here. Oh gosh, they don't call it aberration. What do they call it? Right here, this fringe. Call it fringe. I think a little bit of fringe on there goes a long way, okay? Just in terms of, kind of making it look more realistic. So, in terms of the blendables, this is not, a beautiful asset by any stretch of the imagination, and the color correction is not helping it. But having said that, I'll show you guys what I was talking about in terms of a more practical kind of application. So I'm just going to have my Wacom on here. And they would, I have this mesh, and obviously it's really tessellated. As you can see, there's all these vertices and stuff. But this is kind of what we'd essentially be doing with blendables. We wouldn't be blending against two bricks, obviously, but you kind of get the idea, right? Like, you guys could literally go in and transition out from one surface to the other without really doing a ton of work. And the nice thing about doing that with the layered materials is it's a little bit more simple in the shader for you guys, obviously. Let me actually grab that directional light, swing that puppy around. Or not. The hell? Give me it. Oh. There it is. It's weird. I'm going to move it around so you can see. There we go. And again, I got the contrast pushed a little too high on this, but you get a pretty good understanding. And if you want to look at the material really quick, I'll show it to you. Oop, not you. That's all it is. Okay, I have all those things exposed because of the material instance, right? And I could go in and do more work to this, by the way. Like the guy that's really dark, check this out. I'll actually just show you this really quick. Why don't I, let's see here. Let's do a blend. Let's do an overlay. Like a constant there. Say like 0.5. Okay, so overlay in Photoshop. Come here. Oh. Did it put it in correct? No, it did not. Okay. Fly all the way down here. Put it in. There we go. Now watch this thing. So it's getting lighter, right? We can totally do that. And if I wanted to, I could expose this as another variable. That way I could play around with it even more, right? So, kind of see it update there, which is pretty nice. And yeah, I think that's pretty much the extent of this little material section here. I don't know if I'm going to go over the landscaping material stuff. There's just a lot to cover, and that's not really what I would consider like intro stuff. It's kind of more intermediate. But, you guys can see with just a few, base materials, how you guys can really quickly start to kind of build out a section of content really quick. And it, to be blunt, like a lot of it depends too on how you like to work, right? Like I tend to work a lot off of models. So when I blend, I would blend from something like cobblestone to maybe cobblestone that's wet, cobblestone that's dry. And here, I mean, I'll show you right now. Grab this guy. Let's find him. Let's take another. I'm going to throw him on the ground here. Dude, their scans look so flippin' good, man. God, Teddy, you guys rock. Control C, Control V. And let's just 0.5 that. So now it's wet. So really quickly, we now have a wet piece of ground, right? It's all based off that material instance, right? Now I didn't need to break that off. I could have just left it as is. Right? This guy. We can see it just update right in real time. Now, the one thing I will say that I wish Unreal did, but it currently does not, which really does suck, is you're kind of encouraged to use material instances pretty heavily, but the material functions, from what I understand, there's no tie-in to the instance, which really sucks, right? Like I have to go into this, and maybe there is, maybe I'm just totally missing something here, but you know, I can't go in there and say, hey, use this as the component piece, right? It's not, you just can't do it. You have to actually go in and split and use a separate material, create a material function, and drive it off of that. But at the end of the day, it isn't really the end of the world. What you would basically come back and do, for those of you guys who are interested in that, because since I'm talking about it, I might as well show you, is you end up always starting off with a kind of master material, right? And that master material you would basically duplicate, adjust your variables how you want, or you could even pull it from, you know, once you like changes this, if we were to do it off of this guy, let me just grab him, open him back up in the content browser. Oop, go back, sorry. All assets, mega scans. I'm just going to copy this node here, this function, so that way I don't have to rebuild it. I'd open this back up in this material directory that I'm at. Let me delete this guy because we don't need him. Control V. We have this brick A function that I copied over. And literally all you do, and this is a little hard because I have to show everything on the one monitor, but you would literally just go in and swap out all of these texture coordinates, like these texture parameters that have the lookups, to say this is the roughness, so we'd find the roughness. Just drag it right into that. Same thing for the normal, that's not the detailed normal, so we actually want to replace this one. This is the main normal map. Swap the albedo, so it's the correct texture. Let's go ahead and swap out the AO as well. And the cavity. All right. And I think that's it. Oh, nope, the displacement. Not that you need to use displacement at all. In fact, in a lot of cases, you will not be able to. I just have a good rig, so I can do it. But we got this. We have brick. Rename this guy. It's brick underscore. Oh, come on, damn it. Rename. Oh, Wacom pen just fell. Rename brick underscore D function. Okay. Control C, Control V. And The reason why we're doing that is so when I drag in, we're just going to leave it as 2 just so I know. When I go to make my new material, my like this brick blend, and when I grab these functions here, I know, so I have all these exposed, again, because of the material instance, but it also gives me the ability to make sure I can make them different in here. So we have this roughness right here, and we'll leave that at 0 for right now. Displacement intensity, put this at like 5 for whatever reason. And here we go. We're going to take the tessellation multiplier. We should actually talk a little bit about tessellation at some point so you guys don't think it's free, because it's so fucking not. U for texture coordinate. Y, I have no idea. We'll set that to maybe like 5 by 5. I don't know what it is yet, so we'll check it. Detail, normal. Density, 0.2. And I'll explain why this is a texture coordinate in just a second. Just let me get this thing all set up. The tile, set that to maybe like 5. This roughness cavity intensity, leave that at 0. And metallic, sorry buddy, you're not getting anything. And I'm pretty much just going to copy all these nodes, drag this down here a little bit just so we can see what we're doing. I'm just going to plug and play right now. Okay. And again, they're all going to match 1 for 1 until I do something like that, or 1. And then maybe up here I'll do like 0.2. And again, because we want to use a blendable, we want to use multiple layers right now, we're going to use this guy, turn that on. Okay, and then we're going to do layered, standard. See if this works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Why it doesn't work, I have no damn clue. Okay. What function did that drop? Missing. Aha. Aha. From South Park, or from Family Guy. Aha, Peter. No, never mind. You all fail. No, I'm just kidding. I'm talking shit to the people who bought my stuff. I'm kidding. I'm tired. Let's find that function right now. Let's find that blend that I was working with. I thought, oh, I had a folder called blends. Look at me be organized. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this whole clamp variable thing, because I don't want to rebuild it. Like, that's just not a good use of my time. And eventually, like, if you get really organized, you can just copy and paste functions, right? Pretty easy. Apply that, save that. Okay, and we were on, let's find this guy just so I can go back. Here's our blend here. Let's throw that guy on here. Okay, see him there? Now, oh wait, I bet you he's not tessellated. Son of a bitch. Well, let's just see what this looks like, because I don't think this is tessellated. My whole demo's ruined. Yeah, it's totally ruined. Let's see here. Perspective. Yeah, dude. Damn Unreal for being optimized. Here. Let's unoptimize it really quick, shall we? File. Let's save this because this could crash. File. Export selected. Sure. It's a little wall panel I made, very optimized. Obviously, if you're doing vertex painting, you need a lot of vertices. Not like a lot, but you need some. Okay, here we go. Let's make this unoptimized, as I said so eloquently. Perfect. Let's send this on the desktop. It doesn't really matter. GP. I'm going to open that up in a side window over here. Where are you? Just hide the floor for right now. Put him in here. Oh, yada, yada, yada. Let's zero that thing out. Okay. And let's throw our brick blend back on him. Help if I actually selected the right thing. Let's go back into vertex painting up here, little paintbrush. And let's paint. Make sure that I'm doing this correctly here. I'm not. What the hell? Did I set that up correctly? Material attributes. That's cool. Wait. That's cavity roughness. Metallic. What does that set to? Set the metallic to like 1. So I can see this thing. Okay. Apply that. See the wireframe. Show wireframe. Show. Let me increase the radius of this guy. Just trying to figure out if I'm painting on the right way. Oh, there, damn it. Just saw it. Just saw it. There it goes. Okay, there's vertices somewhere. This thing's scaled up like massively, so you get the idea. Okay. And that's literally what you do, right? Like, I mean, you wouldn't use metallic at 1. That's just asinine. Well, maybe not, depending on what you're doing. You'd probably want to rely on your roughness for all of that, and then this guy, metallic, put that back to 0. Turn that roughness. Yeah, there we go. You can see the dry spots, right? It's pretty cool. Like, and like this stuff creates so much story. Like, and I mean, dude, it even gets crazier. Like, you get a good tech artist, man, you can have this stuff like grow with rain and that kind of stuff. Do mud buildups and all kinds of stuff. But that is way outside of what we're going to be doing here. Rest assured. Where's my... Here we go. Look at that. It's freaking out for some reason. I have no idea why. There's like 2 of them on top of each other. No. Might be a displacement issue. I bet you it's a displacement issue. That or I need to rebuild my lighting. Either way, we're not going to worry so much about that. But, you know, that's what you can do with it, you guys. You can really kind of, you know, push this stuff around and really play with it. And if you put your time into make the material instances, I mean, they go really, really far. And you guys can really go absolutely kind of balls to the wall with it. So it's pretty cool. And, I mean... this can be taken into all sorts of other areas. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully you were able to follow along. And, yeah, we'll just keep going. I think the next thing we're going to talk about is everyone's favorite topic of video games, normal mapping. Dun, 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 dun.